There are things I need of you, things you may not understand, you may not wish to do, but please do not make the same mistakes I did. My father Howard sent me a letter last year that led me into all this. To think that such a small event can change your life in such a violent way. Hello everyone, and welcome to the first gameplay video for Penumbra 2 Black Plague. I want to go over a few things with you before we start the game, so let's get into that stuff real quick. Let me set my timer. This is going to be an hour-long video to start with. So, Penumbra 2 Black Plague is a direct continuation of the story of the first game. Please watch my previous playthrough of Penumbra 1 Overture so you are not confused or lost in the story. You can find all the relevant links in the description of the video. The time to beat on Black Plague is 5 to 6 hours, and the time to beat on the Requiem expansion is 3 to 4 hours, with a total of roughly a 10+ hour playthrough total. Be playing on normal difficulty. I'll be collecting things called strange artifacts in Black Plague. There is 10 of them to collect. Once you collect all 10, it will give you a password that we can use later. There will be a link in the description regarding these artifacts. Once we finish the playthrough of Black Plague, we will jump right into Requiem afterwards. So this game has a tutorial, so let's do that first. And then we'll watch the opening cutscene, and I will go over game controls and the UI and stuff like that. So I'll be referencing a note document that I've linked in the description for the artifacts, as well as for what I call circuit board puzzle in the game. So both of those will be in the description if you would like to reference those as well. So we'll get started here. Let me just scan my controls real quick. Sure everything is the way I want it. I mentioned, or didn't mention previously in the Config and Tech video, I said I didn't remember what add personal notes did. If you hover over things here, it gives you a description. Turn off to display access to hints or what to do next. So it's just a hint system basically. Just go ahead and leave it on. I mean, it's on by default. So my hardware, and the EFX is all on and working. And you can't adjust sounds and music independent in this game. It's all in one adjustment. And then I don't want any film grain. I don't want motion blur. I'm using VSync in my graphics cards. I'm using reshade to inject SMAA, and I don't want depth of field on. All looks good, so we're going to do tutorial. Welcome to the Penumbra Black Plague tutorial. Here you will learn the skills needed to survive in the ominous world of the Black Plague. Let's start with the basics. You can move around by pressing up, down, left, and right. Yep. You can also look around and turn by moving your mouse. And if you need to move faster, you can hold down your run key to run instead of walking. Let's try something else. See the crate over there? Use your keybind to jump on top of it. Also worth mentioning, I'm using Reshade version 491 for this because I tried using the current version, and when I came to do the tutorial here in my first test recording, half of the top of the screen graphics was yellow and the bottom half I think was white. It's just yellow and white. I couldn't see anything, and it was because of Reshade. So I got this version, which is not a super ancient version of Reshade or anything, but sometimes you need to downgrade to a older version of Reshade or Sweet Effects if you're using that for even older stuff in current games or older games. So if you do want to use Reshade in this game, I'd recommend getting version 4.9.1. Right, so they want us to jump on it. Content 1342 BAR. Now you know how to jump. Let us move on to the next lesson. Okay. For starters, we're going to try out some basic object interaction. Walk up to that box and pick it up by using left mouse. Okay. Behind you is a coffin. Try to open the lid of the coffin just as you would if you were to pick it up. There it is. I don't know that I would call that a coffin. Looks like a treasure chest. So open it. Now fetch the box and put it in the coffin to complete this lesson. For more control, you can hold down keyboard 3 or your keybind and drag the mouse to rotate. Yeah. You can also use the mouse wheel to bring the object closer or further from the screen. Yeah, so let's look at that. So if you're holding something and you roll your mouse wheel, no, that's not right. It's actually not letting me do that here. Whoa. Yeah, if you're holding it, if you're picking it up and then you press the right mouse button, you'll throw it. But if you hold one of the keybinds, which I'll talk to you about in a minute, you either have the movement of like this, where it moves the camera and the item in your hand, or if you press this button, it lets you kind of just move it within the confines of the screen until you get to the edges, which can be handy sometimes depending on what you're trying to manipulate. And then another key will let you rotate items to static. I still can't get the mouse wheeling to scroll the item in and out, but maybe it's because I'm in the tutorial. We'll try it once we get in the real game. So just kind of get it in position. Nicely done. Notice the crate behind the coffin. It is a bit bigger than the box you just picked up, so you cannot carry it around. Instead, you need to drag it by grabbing it and moving it. Drag the crate to the red mark behind you. That over there. So you have to click it to hold it, and then you have to use your move keys with it. And you can't just walk into it, you have to be like holding it. Just like that. Let's move on to your inventory. Pick up the 2 bottles on the shelf using left mouse. Okay. Chemical A and chemical B. Good work. Let's try to combine these items. Open your inventory using your keybind and then drag and drop one item over the other using the mouse. So inventory is that for me. Some sort of chemical. So just drag it and drop. Now you've combined 2 chemicals, creating a new one. Double click on the mixture and use it on the shelf. to set it there, I guess. Whoa, go to blow it away. Finally, you'll learn how to sneak. This is an essential skill since you very seldom have any way of attacking hostile creatures. Start by crouching. Okay. Crouched. Move out of the light while crouching until you see a blue glow appear on the screen. This means that you are concealed by the darkness. If you stay perfectly still for a few seconds with the blue glow on the screen, you will go into hiding. While hiding, your eyes will adapt to the darkness, providing better vision and making it even harder for enemies to spot you. So basically like that. Be aware though, staring at an enemy for too long while holding, lose the tutorial. Yeah, you can't look at enemies too long. It'll make you freak out. Okay. Back to the beginning here. Let me look at keybinds. So you have run, crouching, jumping. You can lean left and right. Interact, examine, get a tooltip, a written description about something when you right click. Interact mode is the mode that lets you move the item within the confinement of the screen. You can holster item. There's another look mode you can use that's not really necessary, so I don't have any keybinds for those. And there's the rotate key. You can rotate items in Black Plague and Requiem. You couldn't rotate them in Overture. And then inventory, notebook, personal notes, flashlight, and glow stick. Yeah, so we're good. So let's start a new game here. Recommended suits most players. Let's start it.
Without this knowledge, without this foundation, you could not have the will to do what I must now ask of you. I followed my father to the Greenland wastes to uncover his secrets. You had to know how far I was willing to go. I found a disused mining shaft and took shelter from the storm. You had to know how desperate I was. I was plagued by doubts, fears, and mysteries, and aided by a madman, Red. You had to know how lonely I was. I incinerated my best friend. Red told me he wanted to die. You had to know how guilty I felt. I ventured boldly onwards, and was struck down by my own heroics. You had to know how stupid I was. All of these things, so human, so perfect, and yet still I failed to do what I must now ask of you.
So there could be freezes, crashes, any number of things could happen. This is an old game. We'll deal with things as they come. Somebody's over there. Doesn't sound good. No. He's getting shanked. You need a losogen, dude, or something. Well, for safety's sake. try to block the door. So I am noticing the mouse movement is a little stuttery. You're probably seeing it in the video. I'll try to look into that. I don't know if there's going to be anything I can do for it, because this game doesn't really have mouse smoothness or mouse acceleration. It may just be how it's going to be. So hopefully it won't be too hard for you guys to handle watching. Alright, so we can do quick saves, which I'm going to go ahead and initiate. And it doesn't tell you in this game, I believe, when you quick save. It doesn't give you a prompt on the screen, but it does work. You can't save from the menu. You have to find an item to use to save. So we have a notebook, and it has a to-do list and notes. Look at the to-do list. You can see here's the darker notes mod in play. Essentially, it would be this bright or brighter. I think actually brighter, more like this color. And you can see it's dimmed out when we go in here. We don't have a to-do list yet, and we don't have any notes yet. And then we have our inventory, and we have our notebook, which is what we just looked at. Yep. So good thing they left this behind when they searched me. So I'm going to drag that over here, because this is going to be something that's going to be a continuous item. You've got 9 slots up here, and these represent keybinds. So essentially, if you put an item on 1 and then you press the 1 key, you'll switch to that item. And if you put it on 6 and you press the 6 key, so it's a hotkey for items, and then your overall inventory. This is, I think, where your flashlight battery power is once we get flashlight batteries. And this is your health indicator. I'm fit as can be expected. So your posture will change, and the outline color will turn more towards red when you're more hurt or about to die. You can lean left and lean right. You can jump. You can crouch. This is walking. And then you can run. Try that again. So all the things you would hope for and expect, you can do. I don't think that dude's going to come in here. Let me try to interact with this here. So yeah, that mouse wheel zooming is not working, and I think I might know why. Let me just check. I think it's because I assigned these to that. Let me test. Let me put that on F for flashlight and G for glow stick. Now let's see if the scroll wheel works. And it still is not doing what it said it would do. So I'm not sure about that. So here's the key, letting you move it around in the screen, and then when you press it again, it like moves the screen with it like normal. And then we can rotate. See, I'm not sure why I can't scroll into the item. Definitely did not seem to be anything to do with how I had this set up. I'll look into that, along with the kind of jittery mouse movement. It's not to do with, you can see my readings. It's not to do with loss of frame rate or anything, frame rate dropping. It's just, it's kind of stuttery or something for some reason. Turn off reshade. So it's not reshade. So this is without reshade on. This is with it on. Off. On. So it's not causing it. Okay, what else can we do here? So yeah, when you get an eyeball icon, you can right click and then directions and guidelines for emergencies. Not much use now. Can't see your body in this game. Let's make another save. Let me just verify that I have covered. Yeah, I've covered all the controls with you. Alright, so let's just get exploring and get into this. So, it's locked. Okay, when you hear that scribble, now we have a note. I'm held captive in a cell and must find a way out of here. I think it can be opened. Which way do you want to open? Sometimes these things can be finicky. I don't think there's anything in there. I don't have a light source at the moment, but I don't see anything. You can even pick up the mattress. It's pretty cool. It's stuck. Can't really pick it up in the air. There I can. Won't let me rotate it, but I can move it. Okay. What do we got? Coin. An old coin, not sure what country it's from. Various paper clippings, a recipe for French toast, some sort of article covering a carnival in Reno, and what I think is the stock market review from 1989. Okay. Dead cold, and I don't think this place is going to get any warmer. Zoom in on you? No. Okay. An office desk, but from the looks of it, someone has been using it as a workbench. Pencil, it doesn't want. Let me check one thing real quick. I have this mouse sensitivity. I think I had it configured to be at 2.2. Let me check it again. It's pretty good, but I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it that high. See how low I can go. So it goes to 0.2. Try 1.0. Yeah, that's a little too low. Let's stick with 2.0 for now. There's definitely no controls in here for mouse smoothness or anything. Just sucks it's not more fluid. I don't remember Overture being that way. Alright, let's look a little further here. We didn't look in the desks. The drawers. An office desk, but from the looks of it, someone has been using it as a workbench. I can't read whatever this is. Oh, it's not anything to read. I thought it was like a notebook or something. It's just a shadow. A little ghoulish, but should be decent fallback if the torch cuts out. You don't have a torch, being a flashlight, but this is a glow stick. Glow stick should be useful. Here's a note. A very short note from a past inhabitant of my prison. So if you right-click on things like this first before you pick them up, then you can get a little more insight. Scrap of paper. Between light and shadow exists an entire world. That world is necessarily our own. Get out now. Oh. Between light and shadow exists an entire world. That world is necessarily... I think that's a typo. I think it is meaning to say that world is not necessarily our own. That world is necessarily our own. Doesn't really make sense. I want to say that Frictional Games is a Norwegian or Swedish developer, so their native language would not be, you know, English. English. Okay, we got a vice in working condition, ready to squeeze anything or anyone. So if we grab onto it here, can we, maybe have to get it right at the end. Yep. It's only really wanting me to go. There it goes. Sort of. These things you can throw and bust, but there's usually never nothing in them. I can't stand that noise. It gives me the creeps. I guess it means the electrical hum from the light. There's a lot of water dripping in here, by the way. Alright, so the last thing, close to freezing cold. You will eventually come over here and realize that you can move this. So you just click it and then drag it to the side, and lo and behold, a ventilation cover. Damn, these screws are tight. I need some sort of tool to get this open. So we did pick up a coin. Let's try to use it to open it. I'm so close. The coin is just a little bit too thick to work as a makeshift screwdriver. Alright, so what you need to do is you need to go over here and squish it with the vice. So put it in there. I can't get it in there. I should make some space. So to open it up a little. It's weird how, like, sometimes it'll go and other times it won't. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. So now you can see it. Not from here. You can see it in there. So now we gotta go the other way with it. Sometimes it's better to just let go there. And when it has that little animation sound, then it's ready. Flat coin. Hope this coin isn't valuable. I don't think it matters now. So drop that in. It just automatically does it. It's not much, but I guess this hole is my only way out of this hellhole. We can look at the glow stick. It has the same description. Put that down here. Put you there, I guess. Now we can rock a glow stick. And the glow stick is infinite and lasts forever for the entire game. flashlight is limited to using batteries that you find. And the glow stick will give you close range radius of light. If you need to see something farther away, then you're going to need to use the flashlight. But in most cases, you can suffice with just the glow stick. May 2001. I wasn't sure how long I'd been out, but my head still hurt. Either it hadn't been long or they hit me really hard. I didn't have a clue what was going on, and all of a sudden, I really didn't care. I was just getting out. I was getting out. Okay. So that's the way we came from. Little loading transition there for some reason. Oh, because we came back. We went the wrong way. This way. Alright, follow the arrow. Yeah. What is that? It's a dead dude. A zombie dude. Put me right back here again. Salvation. Mine or someone else's? Right. So when you get those screen flashes, you're getting like a save or a checkpoint or something kind of like that. Got a note down here. A note left behind by the last person to come through here. Well, I guess you got my last note. We're through the thick of it now. If you, like me, have just escaped into the ventilation, we shouldn't be far from the stronghold set up in the mess hall. Should be safe there. I've been marking my route. If you follow that, you should be fine. Almost home and dry now. I heard Howard's been working on a cure. Maybe we can beat this thing after all. Maybe when I get back, we'll be able to sort everything out. And by the time you make it through, you'll be just in time for tea and medals. Maybe even some hot chocolate. How about that? I can't wait. I love hot chocolate. Neil Oswald. Okay, that was O. We were from the last note. Chief Chemist. P.S. Careful of the mess hall security. I designed it myself. It's sensitive to organic material. Okay. Howard being our father of the character we're playing, who we've been looking for since the first game. Escapee note. Right. Looks like someone intentionally tried to block this route off. They did a pretty good job, too. Ooh, look at that. These things you can't open, but you can pick them up and move them and, you know, get some height on them. There's looks like there's some batteries behind them. I think that's what that is. Fully charged batteries. Yep. Nice find. I really don't use the flashlight much in these games, though. Tend to just use the glow stick. I think we'll see the flashlight here once we get it. Okay. Same comment. Blocked off path. But yeah, you never know what you might find because you can pick up and move most things. There's a flare. It's a flare. It could be handy light source. Yep. I won't really be using those much either. functioning drinks machine. Come to think of it, I wouldn't mind a drink. There's more batteries. Well, I still have that coin. No free drinks today. Can't even tell what the flavors are. So I guess let's try to use our coin. Nice. Drink can. It's a can of drink. Not my favorite flavor, but sweet enough. Still ice cold. Worth mentioning too in this game, it's highly likely that you'll have the game crash on you when you start the game, either from Steam or from your folder directly or whatever. If that happens, just keep trying until it works. Eventually it will. I've had it crash on me a bunch of times starting it up, but it seems usually, so far, fingers crossed, once I'm in the game and playing here, it's fine. It's just getting it started initially seems to be some kind of an issue. Alright, we got everything here. Here's this marker I see. Let's head on this way. Watch your steps. Collapsed. Creepy ass whispering. So, yeah. There's my first death. Death is the final unknown. So that's what happens when you get too close. We got our stuff still, yeah. So you drag this over to it. And you can test the weight of it. And yeah, there's frickin' spikes or something down there. It's blocked up. Well, keep moving stuff. You moved the other stuff. We're not gonna have to go back this way. And don't forget, when you're holding something, you can press the right mouse button to throw it, chuck it. But they give you 2 boards over here to work with. There's some goodies here, another set of batteries. It's blocked up. So we just need to finagle these boards. Part's a little awkward because your movement is confined, but just kind of work with it. Gotta get it. Something like you have a kind of a balance so that it doesn't go crazy. It's not enough. A little bit more, and hopefully I don't fall in. That wasn't good. Try. That didn't help me. Just keep trying. Eventually. The edge is caught on the front. It's all about where you grab it so that you get the right center of balance on it. It's not the easiest thing to do. crouching might help, but I can't crouch. Just trying to not die again. So that sort of works. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one too, just to be safe. Just get enough of a lip. I'm sure I'm making this way harder than it needs to be. Crap. All of the item manipulation is not this tedious. Just this part is a little rough. It doesn't really have to be perfect. That's probably still good enough. I'm gonna just try that. It's good. Just making it harder than it needed to be. I think that stuff might be cold enough to kill me. Made a note. Extremely cold flow of air is blocking the passage in the ventilation system. Don't go that way. Freezer. It's convenient. Whoa. He's making a run for the bathroom. He must have just had some bad Taco Bell or something. Right. Good chair. This door. That is one door that I don't mind being locked. Yeah. It's locked, thankfully. These things are just movable objects too, that you can use. You'll see them sprinkled around. The stench in here is unreal. Great textures on these. Got ketchup bottles. Yep. Splat. Nothing. Right. A thermostat controlling the amount of coolant running through these pipes. There you go. So what you want to do here, which may not be extremely obvious, is you want to use that can that you got. Cold can is dropping the thermostat right down. So now it cooled it. The temperature seems to have dropped using the cold can. Did have some effect on it. Okay, so we can actually use this to get back up here. Still not off though. I think maybe I have to do it again. Or I just have to go quicker. Yeah, you just have to go immediately, and then this won't be running. If you wait too long, it turns back on once the temperature rises. Okay, we got a laser and a dead guy.
Chef Carlito is waiting for you in the mess hall with insert today's specials here. A happy worker is an efficient worker, and only efficient workers will be fed.
Well, that sounds like a rogue AI. For some reason, it doesn't give you subtitles for that. Plop. Alright, what do we got? Whatever this thing does, it looks as if it'll trigger if I try to pass. Yeah, probably not a good thing. That could be me if I don't get out of here soon. The name tag says Neil Oswald, Chief Chemist. Oh, well, he died. It's the guy who was trying to help us. I don't know how you can read his name tag from all the way over here, but okay. I probably will be doing a flashing warning light on my videos for this game. I don't know that I'm going to do a warning this game is graphic though, because, excuse me, I don't think this game is that graphic. Okay. A report detailing infection symptoms. Patient notes, Darren Gray, sex male, age 32, nationality Australian, role evacuation team, or excavation team. First symptoms, patient reported mild disorientation and was asked to lie down. Mild sedatives administered. Hour 3, patient develops a rash on his neck, possible infection entry point. Hour 4, 2 out of 3 full symptoms manifested. Deja vu, patient reports that he has already undergone standard tests when I am the only one who could have administered them. Paranoia, said testing is abhorrent to the patient. I have no doubt that the third symptom, oral distortion, will take hold within the next 30 minutes. Abnormal noises, even disembodied voices and alternate personalities are commonly reported in other infected staff. Hour 6. Patient secured as per archaic standard. Procedure. Bolted the bastard down myself. We can't protect ourselves from infection, but we can take precautions with the infected. Hour 7. Patient pronounced expired by common consent of all those present. Expiration was caused by an overdose of insulin. I administered the dose myself at 6:12. Death did not occur for a further 13 minutes. 3 times the expected figure. I wonder to what extent Gray could still be considered a man. So 13 more minutes, I guess he was kind of alive even though he was really dead. So he was a zombie. Okay, I can't search him. Alright, let's do a quick save. Step into it and see what happens. Death is the final unknown. So you just get nuked. Alright. So we need to drag these over to it. And that was creepy. Great laying of barrel. Plop. So, you know, something like this. And then you can just hop over. Alright. Whoa. Sorry about that awkward jerk. Like, I responded and then the game also, like, pointed me towards it. whacked on it. Today's lunch. Keep the impure out. Okay. A food menu not used for food anymore. Yeah. Got this door. Device appears to be some sort of electronic lock. There is a pin-sized hole at the center of the device, and the display reads, "Only trusted blood will get through." Right. It won't open. Looks like the device could be some kind of lock. Let's look at the note. The entrance to the mess hall is locked with a strange device. Poker tour Friday night. Be there. A message board full of scratch marks. Sorry about the over brightness on some things like this. The contrast. It's just the game. Alright. Yeah, the mouse movement is super jittery. It's unfortunate. Like I said, I'll try to address it in the next video or look into it, but there may not be anything I can do about it. And if there isn't, I apologize. I hope you will still give this game a chance. If not a playthrough yourself, at least a watch through with me. That hurt. Just gave myself a concussion. Alright, another door. These long loading screens make me think it's gonna crash or something. Alright. Look at my frame rate. Yeah, my frame rate's good. Alright. What we got? More boxes. It's usually a good idea to move them because there can be stuff behind them. Bottle of medicinal alcohol. So this is going to be your heals for when you get hurt. You still kept the can. I'm surprised you didn't get rid of it. Dated 1994, Hurricane John still rages in the Pacific and has become the longest lasting tropical cyclone ever recorded. Interesting. And these, if you remember from the first game, these are our actual like hard save points. It's an old artifact. This is not the strange artifact that we'll be collecting. We'll be getting to that in a little bit. At least you don't need ink ribbons. These things are everywhere. There's still a part of me that's in there. Something that's drawing me in. Flare and a cassette tape. It has the name Elof written on it. Okay. More batteries. I don't know, these are the kind of games I really enjoy. I mean, you know, this series is one of those where you do kind of get melee weapons, but it's really intended to help you break locks or break doors or break vent covers and things like that. It's not really a game where you're supposed to fight. It's more of a stealthy hide and, you know, shut the doors behind you and barricade things, you know. I like this kind of gameplay. I like the adventure side, the story, the looking, the searching, the finding things. And I really like Frictional games, development game style of just giving you an environment that you can interact with. You know, everything that in real life, like, you know, obviously this would not be something you could just walk up and pick up off the ground, but, you know, this board against the wall, yeah, you can move it, you know. You can do stuff with it. And I really like that. It gives you something to do, you know. It is an old cassette player and a recorder with a mic. Let's check out what's on it. Just double click, it'll be red, and then when it's where it should be to be used, it'll light up and it'll flash. I put the cassette into the player.
My name, Elof Carpenter. Rank, elevated. Status, Code C, imprisoned. Observing the turn-gat movement, I predict that it will be my cell they visit next. To my knowledge, I am the last remaining member of the elevated at this facility, and so it falls upon me to ensure that Xeno protocol is not compromised. For that reason, I record here the only way I have discovered to neutralize the viral threat. The species present.
Damn. You didn't even get to record what he wanted to say there. Turn, I think he called it turn-gat. We'll learn more about this. I always call it turn-gate. I think it just ends in G-A-I-T. So you're probably going to hear me say turn-gate, referring to it.
My name, Elof Carpenter. Rank, elevated. Status, Code C.
Didn't mean to play it again. Okay, it's still in there. I was just trying to make sure we couldn't take it back. Okay. In the drawer. See, just the simple act of being able to do this, you know. You know, this was not, in older games, this was not a commonplace thing to be able to do, you know. It adds another layer to the gameplay. Keep looking around here. Definitely seems like, let me shut this door again. You can just, you know, if the door is almost closed, just walk into it and you can close it. It seems like in smaller areas, maybe the mouse is a little better. Not extremely, but something's definitely off with the mouse a little, or just the movement of the screen, I should say, maybe. Pretty damaged, but appears to be safety instructions. Oh. Looks like hieroglyphics to me. Locked, huh? I need to find a way to get into those locked rooms. This is the room we were in. I think it is. This is the hallway. Basically, this is the hall we came from, I believe. Maybe not this exact part of the hall. Where we got knocked out at the end of the first game, and then we got thrown in this room. Alright. See, man, this is what Taco Bell does to you, man. I bet there's some useful stuff in there. Damn that lock. Maybe I'll find keys. got a brick laying here. I think it's some sort of fuse box that must control the electronics in this section of the facility. So, you can take this off. Locked, no way I'll be able to pry this open with my bare hands. You can hear it fizzling in there. Won't budge. So what you need to do is you need to notice this brick is here, and you can throw it at this. Breaks it off. And for whatever reason, he's willing, unless I can use... Maybe I can use the brick to do it. You need to break the line. Okay, there we go. I feel better about that. I think you can probably just grab it and detach it, but that wouldn't be the safe thing to do, would it? Alright, let's see. So that unlocks these doors. They were electronically locked, not key locked. I think that's open. Oh crap, didn't I put a, I put a barrel in front of the door, didn't I? I wonder if I can get back to it. We could try. I'm gonna need this barrel to go back up here. I think I blocked my own door and I didn't move the barrel. It does let you travel back, so that's not gonna work. There's our last save. Yeah, I gotta get all this crap again. Alright, no big deal. Just do this real quick. It doesn't matter, there's nothing in our room that we didn't already get, so let's just make sure we play it.
My name. My name.
Okay. And we'll make sure we look at that again. Maybe we can just throw it. Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna save here. And we'll stop this video here. When we come back, we'll explore those doors that we just opened up. And I'll try to look into the mouse issue, the camera movement issue, and see about the wheel scrolling to zoom in and out on the items when you're holding them. See if I can't resolve that. Thank you very much for watching this. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this series and played through with me. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.